Development. All right, next bird I would like to show you here today. This is a bird that it's very special to see. As of 30, 40 years ago, you never would have seen this bird around. This is a bird that means a lot to our country, as well as to a lot of different groups of people. And maybe it's the reason we're all spending our morning together. Let's take a look. I heard a few people say it. Of course, this is our bald eagle, our national symbol. And this is a bird that is only found in North America. In our country, we have two kinds of eagles, balds and goldens. In the world, there is about 60 different species of eagles found in the world, but this one is only found in our country. Now, what makes it special that in 1782, the Second Continental Congress wanted this bird to represent our country as it is a courageous bird. And it was put into place to represent the United States. Watch this. Get your cameras. Cameras. Watch. I gave you a lot of warning. What you just noticed that bird did, of course, was, well, went to the bathroom. But see, we have to use the right words. When birds do that, it's called a mute. And kids, if you don't get what I'm about to say, ask your parents at lunch today. Birds don't go number one. Birds don't go number two. Birds go number three. They do one and two all together at once. Now, being the bald eagle, you may notice while you're down at the river, you may notice here today, if this is the closest you've ever been, this bird isn't bald, as the word we know it. This bird is not bald as the term we know it. This bird does not lack feathers, they just have white feathers. And the term bald used to mean white in Old English. White eagle, bald eagle. Now they always don't look this way. Early in their development, you may notice when you're down at the river that you have some very dark eagles. They are not golden eagles, they are just immature balds. They don't get their white head and tail till they're between 4 and 6 years of age. White head, white tail, yellow beak, yellow eye, they go through this change. Before that, they are very dark, and you can tell the age, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, based on the coloration. When they leave their nest, they are full grown-up size. They will not get any bigger, but their lifespan, and within their life cycle, they put eggs down, about 35-day incubation. They are going to leave the nest at 10 to 12 weeks. When they do so, they are as big as they're ever going to get. Mom and dad out there, think about your son or daughter at 3 months old would be walking around the house looking like you if they were a raptor, okay? 3 months old, they're as big as they're ever going to get. Now, as mentioned in the introduction, that this bird was affected highly by DDT. Their populations dropped dramatically to near extinction. They almost went away forever. But people didn't want to see that happen with birds, and so we made some changes. Again, in 1972, DDT was banned. In 1973, this beautiful bird was put on the endangered species list. They're doing great. They're doing much better. This bird here was off the endangered species list in 2007. Within your state, as the introduction said, there's about 300 nests in Iowa, which is wonderful. A lot more work to do. Decorah Eagle Cam is really doing a great thing. Events like this is really doing a great thing, not just for eagles, but for all wildlife. I do want to mention that the new environmental issue that we are seeing with bald eagles is not DDT or a pesticide, but it's actually a toxic metal that we call lead. Our rehabilitation clinic gets in a lot of eagles every single year, about 120. and that we are noticing that a high level of them are coming in with higher levels of lead poisoning. And where they're getting it from is from our lead ammunition. We have ammunition that when we shoot our deer and gut the pile, we leave the pile in the environment. Well, they're scavengers after eating fish, and they eat little pieces not knowing that they are, and that we get eagles in with lead poisoning. I am not mentioning that just to tell you that there are alternative ammunitions out there, something for you to research, read upon, and really help to prevent these guys from coming into our rehabilitation clinic. He is a 15-year-old male. He came from Michigan, and you can notice that he has a droopy right wing. He had a collision injury, and that is why he is not allowed to go back into the environment. He is now an ambassador and teacher for bald eagles. I'd love to take a couple questions and just wrap up here, and I'll tell you where you can find and chat with me a little bit more. Yes, sir. That's a great question. What he asked is that regarding bald eagle feathers, it is actually against the law. It is actually against the law to possess any native bird feather in our country. That includes your robins, that includes your cardinals, that includes your blue jays, and those feathers are protected. So the best thing to do is just leave them. We have to have federal permits and state permits to have and possess our feathers. We have some for education. Bald eagles we have to send away. I do want to mention as well is that the Raptor Center, if you're ever up in St. Paul, certainly come visit us. We are a nonprofit organization at the Raptor Center. Again, we really do want to thank all of the organizers. We want to thank all of the sponsors for allowing us to come out and educate and promote what we do.